Alright guys, I just did some testing with my brother playing Bystial Dragon Link. This is by no means the final iteration. I'm probably going to do a fair amount of profiles on this. I might do some updated sprite lists if I'm able to pick it up again for a decent price, which I should be able to. But anyway, let's get into this. Starting off with our rockets, we have 3 Tracer, 1 Recharger, 1 Bystial router, 1 Nocta. I know this isn't a rocket, but if you look at it, I mean, it fits the theme. We got triple quick launch, a boot, or a Ravine because it goes with the other field spell. Now, the reason for 3 Tracer is because with the Bestials, we have easier access to rank 10s than we did before. And with Disbatter, it actually serves as a pseudo extender. So I like 3 Tracer. I cut Synchron just because I just don't think Synchron's that good. Now this might end up being a Caliber. I just don't own a Caliber. But if you want to play 2 and 3, go for it. I'm on 3 because I like extending into Disbatter and Baron, especially going second. Nocta is just a generic extender. Bystial router, send it off Ravine, search a Tracer. This also helps you play around Droll a little bit, kinda. So, moving on from the rockets, it's mostly stock standard except for triple Tracer. Yeah, essentially 6 copies of Tracer with quick launch and the Tracers. Moving on to the Chaos Engine, we got triple Safer. I'm thinking about cutting 2 Safer and playing the Black Metal package to play your own Joel. Just because if you normal this, you have to send it to get a search or send something else to get a search, and then that plays into Joel immediately. Or if you have Black Metal, you link it off in a Striker, Striker 1, Black Metal 2, get Red MD. Then if they draw you, you still have Boot Sector, and you can still make seals without really losing a whole lot. And if you have Tracer, you can still link climb into some stuff. So, not bad. We got the triple Safer. Then we got 3 Chaos Base. Cards broke. When we got our baby Chaos Dragons, the white and the black. Extenders, really good cards. Maybe we'll get lucky and white can come to 2 at some point. I'd like them both to come to 2, but probably not. Then we got Chaos Emperor Dragon. This card is optional. It gives you follow-up and it's an extender, 3k beat stick. If you have it, I would play it. If you don't, it's not a huge deal. And the one Levy in here. I need to get a ulti or a secret, probably an ulti of this, but Levy just helps you break board going second and rip a card out of your opponent's hand. It's pretty good. So that's the Chaos Engine. Not a whole lot to talk about. Dragon Link's very streamlined at this point. This is optional if you want to cut it and play 40 cards. I'm playing 41 for right now because I don't want to open the one card I never want to open, which is the Albaz you'll see in a minute. But, yeah. Moving on from this. Also, this card, I don't know if you can really see it, but this card is really pretty. White, black. Secret Chaos Base is also really pretty. As well as Secret Safer. Moving on to the Bestials. Now here, we gotta do some talking. We got triple Lub. 3 Hut, 1 Druis, and 2 Sarnir. Now we're playing 6 main deck Bestials, not including Love, for extenders and just hand trap DD Crows. You only need 1 Druis because you can recycle it off a Hut, unless it gets banished. If you find yourself that this gets banished a lot for whatever reason, cut a Sarnir and play a second Druis, it'd be basically the same thing. But Druis is better going second when you link it off. I want to talk about 3 Lebellion mostly. With the last list, I played 1, and I think this exact ratio. And I almost topped with that list. Granted, it was a different format, but I do think I think you can get away with one if you know how to get access to it. But I think minimum you should play comfortably as 2. But 3 I've liked a lot more just because it gets you access to hut search, get regained live. I like 3 so far in testing. I might cut it back down to 2. This card does play into draw, but it also just gets you your best extenders, arguably, besides Nocto. So, there's that. And then we play just 1 regain. I cut Beast just because I don't want to open it, and it doesn't do anything if we lose a die roll. So, I'm probably going to start siding Branded Beast, but only main decking regain. You could main deck Beast also. There's nothing wrong with it. You're just going to brick a tad bit more. Just because Beast is Beast. But then it's not really a Bystial, but it's Albazil, where we play the 1 Albazil for a Seals target as the 41st card. I need to get an ulti. I had ultis. I had 4 ultis. Sold 3 of them. I don't know what happened to the 4th, but I need to get another one. But Albaz is really good with Seals. These also all help you make Seals. This card's broken with Hut, as we all know. So if you're on a budget, you can play 1. I think you do have to play 1 unless you're doing like PK engine stuff. But if you're playing Dragon Link in what I would say is the correct way, which is Bystial Dragon Link, but I understand if you're on a budget, I played it on a budget. You need Lebellion. So, this card's $70 for a reason. So, moving on here. Really like the Albaz and the regain stuff. Again, you could play Beast. I'm not, just out of personal preference. Moving into the hand traps, not hand tramps, but hand traps, since Gamma was limited, I decided to up the hand trap ratio. You could play board breakers or just generic going second cards. Right now I got 2 Nib. Nib's kind of weird, this format, but people don't respect it, especially Sprite players. So we got the Nib, and then we got the best hand trap this format. Most likely still is Droll. If it ends up not being very good, you can play Ash. And if Nib ends up not being good, play Valor, or just another generic hand trap. I do think Runic's going to be kind of prevalent, so I do want to play Droll, just to slow him down. This, again, could be Ash. I'm messing around with Nib. Nib's pretty good. I was playing Ash and Valor earlier, but I decided to cut them for more extenders because I wasn't seeing enough. Then you're playing triple Imperm. I want to see Imperm in one of these. Imperm plus Nib basically auto-win Sprite a lot of the time. Imperm plus Droll is really solid. Nib plus Droll can be really good. I really like this lineup. After thinking about it. Really like these 2. Maybe you could cut 2 or like 1 Droll, 1 Imperm, and play 2 Valor. Because Valor does synergize with Chaos Space. That would leave your hand trap lineup the same. It would be 2, 2, 2, 2 on 8. You could also go up to 43 and just slap in 2 Valor or 2 Ash. Or you could cut any 2 cards if you want. Or not any 2 cards, but any 2 flex spots like Nocto or Albaz. And throw in 2 more hand traps. I like making the Mirror Jade, but it can be awkward sometimes. So, yeah. This is the lineup I'm going with now. I might test without the Albaz stuff. I do also want to try Thunder Dragon Link at some point. But this is the hand trap lineup. We might go up from here. But from here, this is what I like. Moving into the extra deck. I'm not going to show my side because I'm not... My side right now is made for locals, and I'm not going to show off something that's dependent on locals. So, in a second, we'll go over the extra deck. Extra deck really hasn't changed a whole lot. Now, if I decide to cut the Albaz, it will. But Link 1's 1 Pisty, 1 Striker. Striker's really good, but don't hand trap it. You want to hand trap this boy, if you're playing against the deck. And we're playing 2 seals. I like seals. Seals is just generically good. This card's a house. 1 quad boral. We're not playing a Lingerist, but sometimes you just need to get this engrave. Recycle rockets to make a savage. It came up today, but you could probably cut it. 1 triple burst for the combo with Pisty. Boral End, because Boral End's broken. Savage. Scarlight. Disbatter. This card's insane. This card is so broken. This card came up so much at the regional. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this card, I love it. Now, newest addition to the extra deck is Baron the Fleur. Help you. Sometimes you can just play around Nib with it or play around Droll. It's also just pretty good going second. If you don't have the money, don't play it. Play something else. Play the Lingerist, which I have off to the side here. Play this if you don't own this. But then we got the Albast package of Lub, Owl, I just hit the tripod, and Jade. This is also, could be like Dark Unicorn access code or Dark IP access code or just whatever. But really like the extra deck. Extra deck's been solid the entire time I've been testing with it. No complaints. Now, let's talk about the synchro lineup. I'm really thinking about altering, because I do want to get Chaos Angel, but it is kind of expensive. If I do get it, I'll probably move Scarlight to the side. So if you have Chaos Angel, just this would be your flex spot for Chaos Angel. But anyway, I really like the synchro lineup. Baron happens sometimes. Disbatter happens a lot of the time. And Savage happens almost every game. So moving on from here. They're all pretty decent rarity. And you get a collector's rare Baron, but it's just expensive. I know Baron's a good card, but like, come on. But anyway, yeah, that's my updated Bystial Dragon Link deck. I might do test hands with it. I had some test hand videos recorded, but then the ban list dropped and the deck was no longer legal, so I didn't want to use it anymore. But anyway, I hope to see you guys next time. And subscribe if you're new. Leave me some comments down below on what you changed on the deck. And peace.